All right, guys, welcome back to another video. So, we have been doing this now, I want to say, for roughly 274 days.
Roughly gives an exact number.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty sure that's roughly what we've started at. So, we started like a day timer essentially on this, but
Mhm.
we've been doing this. We've had a couple of breaks, obviously, in the van, but not very many, obviously. We did like an Airbnb, we've done a hotel, we had
Mm.
kidney stones.
Fun.
Yeah. And so we kind of wanted to go over with you guys the 10 things that are difficult, about being full time in a van in a small space compared to the RVs.
Mhm.
So, one of the things is number one will be not enough storage for two people and a dog. Um, these vans are not really well equipped for a lot of storage, so we've had to make a lot of our own storage, as you guys have seen in videos. We've gotten creative with it, traveling with the truck and the van, so it's nice because we can put stuff in the bed of the truck. So I will say that is nice, but there's definitely not enough storage space for two people and a dog in this van.
Yeah, especially if you wanna be cooking with other kind of appliances like air fryers, rice cookers, Instapots, like, it's hard to find spaces to put those when they're not in use.
Yeah, absolutely. Second would be, it's a small space when the weather is bad.
Yeah.
So being up here in um, Washington for most of the time that we've done this now, we've been through good weather, bad weather. Obviously, it rains a lot here, but we've learned you just do things wet. But the problem
Mhm.
is that when we do things wet, when we walk into the van, like you're instantly in the van.
Everything gets wet.
There's like no way of not taking off your rain jacket and like getting everything wet. So I would say it's a small space just when it comes to bad weather. So, and plus, if you want to be outside or if you want to be walking around and doing stuff, that is a little bit on the harder side with the van.
Yeah, because we try and be outside as much as we can, that's the goal of it, but
Hmm.
when the weather's not great and doesn't allow it, it's not fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And then what we say third would be
Not
not having
having a
a,
toilet.
yeah. I mean, like a real toilet, right? Like we have a toilet, we have a cassette, we have
Mhm.
all of that, but it's just hard, sometimes it's uncomfortable because the toilet is actually higher.
Especially for me, I'm, like, on my tippy toes, like
Yeah. Yeah, like on the edge of like the shower basin.
Yeah.
So maybe if we were in a different rig where it was a little bit easier, but like not having a real toilet is nice. And honestly, the real toilets are a lot easier to clean
Then plastic,
bowl
yeah.
wise than what these RVs come in. I know some of them have some special porcelain, but we do not have that.
No.
So definitely having a real toilet is definitely number three.
Yeah, and having that not that we care too much,
Yeah.
but a lot of people want that separate space when you're
Yeah.
using the bathroom. The door is open, and you're just kinda like, "Hey."
Yeah. Yeah. There's really no privacy to it, but if you're with the right person, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So, is what it is.
Mhm.
And then fourth would probably be harder to cook meals and like just having the places to put it and the longer it takes. So, we have figured out a mild solution to that at the current moment.
I know, I'm glad you thought of that.
Yeah, so it's one of those things that like because the Revel doesn't only have just a 2000 watt inverter, you can't cook like the air fryer and you can't cook like a saucepan at the same time because it overloads the inverter.
Both electrical, we're
Yeah,
talking about.
all electrical. So
Mhm.
we plan on doing upgrades later. That's not something that we plan on doing at the current moment, but we have found while we are at our RV parks, because we're still working full time, we have ran an extension cord essentially that's waterproof from the box over to the van.
Yeah, so
So,
underneath and
yeah,
then through the passenger door.
yeah. And then that way we can cook on two outlets of that in the van if we need to. Mainly, it's just we use that instead of overloading the van because
Mhm.
the power box can handle it. So essentially, that's the way that we figured out, but unfortunately, that is harder for sure when it comes to cooking and it taking longer, but we've kind of figured that out just a little bit, but it does make it difficult if you are not in an RV park where there's actually hookups.
Yeah. And on the same line of cooking and making it harder, the van can't handle having the air conditioner on and cooking anything at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Yeah.
That's why we're gonna look into essentially what we plan on doing is getting a 3,000-watt inverter and adding just 1 extra battery, just so when we're out like this and we don't have power, we can actually still do it rather than just being at the RV park.
Yeah.
So, we'll see how that goes, but at the current moment, we have somewhat of a solution for that as well too.
Mhm.
Number 5, what we've learned from the RV parks that we've stayed at so far, because we are a smaller rig, so we are only 20 feet long and we only have the truck, sometimes the RV parks will not give us the best spots even if we ask, because a lot of them are made for, like, the goosenecks, the fifth wheels, the Class A's,
Mhm.
and so it kinda sucks because they're like, "Oh, you're small, you can fit over
Yeah.
there."
We have this half size spot that no one fits in. You'll fit though. You can go
Yeah.
over there. And we're like, all right, sure, whatever.
Yeah, we've definitely had that happen, especially at KOAs when we told them they tried to tuck us away into this
Mhm.
really awkward, weird spot. And then we had to go up to front office and be like, look, we don't fit there very well. Like, we're not level. Like, we're paying this much money. So, most of the time, unfortunately, there's really nothing that we can do. Where we're at now, it's a good community. We're
Mhm.
fine there. It's been great living there. So, we're not too concerned about there. But at other places, we've definitely had issues.
Mhm.
So, then we would say probably number 6 would be
Comfort,
yeah,
couch space. A lot of the people we talk to at our parks have couches in their rigs. They're like, I just fell asleep on the couch. And I'm like, I don't have a couch.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
like, we have the bed, which is great,
mhm,
but we don't have like that big lounging
no,
area that a lot of other bigger rigs have because we
yeah,
are in a small van.
yeah, and it's just one of those things, it's like because we use our bed as our couch essentially, and know a lot of people have talked about the Canyon Adventure Van GLSS system. The problem with that is that so 1, it takes up the garage space for us, which we have a lot of stuff down
We
there.
need that space, yeah.
On top of that, when it's summertime months, you can't use that because the problem is that and I don't think people realize this when they buy that, but that's why you need to live in these things for a while, was that on the hotter days that it got here in Washington, even though it wasn't hot, to be quite honest, it's just one of those things that, we have dealt with and the air. So when you use the Canyon Adventure Van's GLSS system, you block the whole air system.
Yeah, you raise the bed
Yep.
up all the way and the air conditioner is on top. So if you were to turn the air conditioner on, it
Yeah.
wouldn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, you can open up the doors if there's a breeze, things like that, and enjoy it. But
Yeah.
especially if you're in a hotter climate
Mhm.
and you need that air conditioning to cool down, it
Yeah.
just doesn't function well, at
Yeah.
least in our brains.
Yeah.
If you have one and you made it work, let us know. But in our
Yeah.
theory, I don't know how that would work.
Yeah. So, and you can obviously put the bed up. You also still have to bend and do things because we also have, the thicker bed with the latex on there. So it does take up more room. But as far as we're concerned, like you'd get no airflow down there. So that's kind of what sucks with us. All the bees want to eat us right now.
I know.
Um, especially since I put product in my hair.
I know. Sorry.
It's okay. Um, but not having a couch, that kind of thing, it does suck to have that space and not it just be your bed, but we've made it work. And then we'd
It's on
probably
me. Ha.
yep,
Sorry.
they're fine.
Okay.
It's okay.
I just felt it crawling in the back of my leg. I was
It is either that or it was just we still have, like, PTSD from flies in New York, there's no doubt about it. The flies there sucked.
oh,
So
biting flies. I
oh, they
know.
suck so bad. I'm glad to be back, but, like, there's still, like, this campground that we're at, there's just, like, a ton of bees, and we found one where we sat, and we realized the stump was their nest, and we left instantly.
I know you were
I
fighting
was
them off
freaking
outside, and I
out.
came out, and I was like, "They're all going over here." I'm like, "Oh, they're coming
Mhm.
in and out of that stump. Let's leave because that's in the middle of our site."
Yeah. Yeah, that's for sure. So, 7th thing we kinda find difficult is that no matter what in the vans, and it could be in RVs, but I know in vans for sure, that it's one of those things that we have to shuffle everything to get to something. So if it's the air fryer, if it's the rice maker, if it's we need to get under the bench seat for something that we've put under there,
Even like laptops, like they go from
laptops,
over here, then you want to store them, and then they go over here, then you want to
yeah,
use them, you have to get them back again.
yeah. So I would say the shuffling, we've gotten it pretty good down to a system now, but unfortunately, it's one of those things that it's difficult just because if you have certain stuff and if you are 2 people, just going back and forth with it. So, I'd
Mhm.
say if anything, it's probably more annoying, but it definitely can be difficult, in general.
Mhm.
Number 8 probably pertains more so for me than you.
Absolutely.
That'll be changing soon, but
Another story to come.
yeah, there's a lot of life changes that have happened since we've gotten back from the trip,
Yeah.
to New York, but it's really I know people have made it work, but it's really not the ideal from a work from home situation. Obviously, I don't wanna sit in bed. Obviously, we don't have a GSLS, but underneath the bed. Um, Sitting up front with a seat turned around is probably the best option, but, like, having 2 screens and having a smaller table, like what we have with the Canyon Adventure vans, and then with the Laguna mount set up, we've noticed how unstable that system is too. It's wiggled so much now, it's, like, on a slant down.
Mhm. With, like, all the time use, like, laptop,
Yeah.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not been ideal, I would say,
You can make it work for
yeah,
sure,
like,
but
maybe outside would be nicer, but unfortunately, because we live in an RV park, everybody wants to stop and talk anyway, so that's not an option, but it's not been the most ideal. I know a lot of people make it work. Sitting on the bench seat would be okay, but it's still not as comfortable as I would say.
Mhm.
So I don't for me personally, I don't think it's been as comfortable to work from home or work from the van. I know a lot of people that you see on social media and in these vans, they're outside and they're at like a picnic table like this, or they're like setting up their own desk and doing outside. Well, we won't have that luxury all the time.
Nope.
So, and especially because Amanda goes in office. So I'd say with like work from home, it's not been ideal. The setup that I have has worked luckily for my jobs, but
Mhm.
unfortunately, I'd say it's not the most ideal
Yeah.
for sure. So, and then number 9, hmm,
Cleaning,
yeah,
especially with dog fur. It's everywhere.
yep,
It's everywhere, no matter what you do.
yep.
No many times you sweep, vacuum,
No
blow
matter
out,
times you wash
wash,
or clean the dog.
brush the dog, wash the beds, wash the carpets.
Yeah,
It's everywhere.
yeah, it's definitely never clean with any type of animal. Even if we brush her, comb her, bathe her, do everything, she is just well, she's laying in the dirt right now.
Yeah, she's a dirty dog.
Yeah.
So everything is dirty.
Yeah. So essentially, you just never will have it clean. And then you don't like a lot of people will blow it out with
Mhm.
like, leaf blower, and that pretty much just puts it everywhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's definitely just not like we're dirty, but it's just like the floor and stuff doesn't stay as clean as what you would see in your house because it's more spread out.
Yeah.
So
It's
yeah.
definitely a more confined area, so it's more concentrated.
Yeah. So, and especially, in the winter months when she's a little bit dirtier and wetter, smells like
Mhm.
wet dog more often.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'll be fun. We're thinking about getting a dehumidifier, a small one.
Yeah, maybe trying that,
I
see if
might try that
it helps.
to help a little bit because we always have the windows and the max air fan on, even in the winter time, we still did. So just to circulate the air, because it's one of these things in these vans, you want to make sure air is circulating because if not, you're just going to get mold and you'll get things growing and you don't want that to happen.
No good things, yeah.
Yeah. And then last but not least, number 10, chores become longer and harder just depending on your situation. So it's like, let's say you have to go to the bathroom, right? And your toilet's full, but you really got to go to the bathroom. You got to dump the toilet first. So it's not like where you just can just walk up and just be like, I can just use the bathroom.
Mhm.
Same thing with laundry. Obviously, we're used, not everybody has laundry inside of their house, which we get, and
Mhm.
not all apartments are the same either, but it definitely is like you have to plan things out more to do your chores because it's not like, oh, we can just throw it in, go do chores, and then come back and get it because somebody else has got to use it.
Yep.
So,
And even having money for
yeah,
laundromats or the quarter washing machines,
yeah,
like, we have enough quarters to do 1 load, but we have to do 2 loads. Guess we're going to the bank.
yeah.
Like
hmm Yeah, it's definitely one of those things that's like, yeah. So they just take longer when it comes to like but I'd say chores are harder, if anything. They just are more time consuming. Like, we're out this weekend and like we have stuff that, we only get 1 day essentially now with our schedules. We only get the weekends and then, we have to make sure that we go home and do school, which we're gonna have a lot of school here soon
Mhm.
again.
Still
Yeah,
hard.
so doing chores and planning and trying to make sure that we make going out like this a priority, it could be a little challenging.
Mhm.
And I'd say probably like the bonus item is just we like to play the Switch. So it makes it difficult because there's really like no TV or anything.
We kind of figured out a
We do.
setup,
We
but
kind of have a setup fitter up finally.
I know.
So because you can't really play it on an iPad, it does make it harder.
Mhm.
I don't think there's connections for it from what I looked at. So we have a different type of setup now. We've got it a little bit more honed into since we've made this list, but it definitely it's like it's hard to do those kind of things because we like to play the games together.
Mhm.
So, obviously, there's builds out there that are, like, set up for gaming. Well, we didn't build our rig for that,
No.
but we try to enjoy what we had at home too. So, but that'd probably be, like, a little bonus item. It's just it makes it harder, but we figured it out mostly
Mhm.
for right now, so it's worked out well, but it's definitely been difficult to figure that out or even do, like, puzzles. I'll say, like, any type of games.
Yeah,
Yeah,
games is hard. Playing
yeah,
cards, you
yeah.
can make work, but it's kinda tight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Puzzle
so
I would like to do puzzles, but our table's too small.
yeah, we can't do really any puzzles, like Jenga can't really do, like,
Mhm.
can't have people over to do cards with unless it's outside and it's a nice day, and that doesn't happen during the winter.
Unfortunately, no.
Yeah. So those are our 10 things that, we find difficult, that we dislike about van life. Unfortunately, it just comes with the territory, and that's something that we've learned that we just will deal with, and we've made it work, and it just these are things that make you appreciate the things that you like about van life and what you like about having, like, your home or your apartment or your own space.
Mhm.
So, hope that was helpful for you guys if you're wondering about full-time van life and what it's like to live in these things full time. If you guys have any questions or comments down below, let us know. Other than that, we will catch you guys on the next one.